Welcome to my Picsart designs. This is the image we are going to do today, and it is called a split screen lightning strike wallpaper. Basically, it's a phone wallpaper with two pictures split by a streak of lightning. I have a streak of lightning going down the middle, and on each side is a separate scene. One is a city scene and one is more of a forest kind of country kind of scene. And it's split down the middle by this streak of lightning here, and we're going to turn that into a phone wallpaper. With all that said, let's get started on the project. I know life is complicated enough. That's why I keep it simple. I am the one RJ1. Welcome to my channel. Okay, let's get started. Let's go into the Picsart app. Open up Picsart. Let's make something awesome. Picsart. Let's go down and tap the plus symbol. Let's go up to all photos. Tap recent. Go down to my gallery. And let's find the folder that I always like to put together for us to start with. Now, in order to start, we need to start with a foundation. And since this is going to be a phone wallpaper, I need my phone wallpaper screen template that I already have prepared. Now, you always want to have a screenshot of your phone to start with. What I did was I created a design so that I wouldn't have to do that over and over again. So basically now all I have to do is add this to every folder that I want to create a wallpaper from, and I will have my base and foundation and template all in the same. Before we get started, as always, before we start, please watch the entire video before attempting this design. It's always a good idea to know the entire process of any project before starting so that you will know what problems or obstacles you may be facing. With that said, let's get started. Now we have this screen template that's going to be our base foundation. So what I want to do is lay my background down first over top of this. Let's get started with that. Let's go to add photo, go up to recent, go to the gallery. Let's go back to that folder. Always have a folder prepared, that way everything you need is in that folder and you have to go all through the phone searching for everything. That's why you create a folder before you start. That way, after you watch the entire video, you'll know what you need to put into that folder. Alright, let's start with one side of the background first. We're going to start with this city background here. And I'm going to go up and tap add. Now what I want to do is have one half of this city. Now let's pinch the screen down so we can get an entire view. I want to draw this up. And what I want is to crop this. Go down to crop. Add the part of the area that I want to add, because basically I'm going to have this only one half of the screen. I'm going to place that at the end. Stretch this down here. Stretch this over towards the middle. I'm going to go slightly over the middle, just slightly. And tap the check mark. Now, what I want to do is go back to add photo, go back to recent, go down to gallery, go back down to that folder, open that folder and bring in the other background, which is this image, tap add. Now what I want to do is crop this folder, well, crop this background, because I only want to add half of it. Tap the check mark. Pinch the screen down. Now what I want to do is I want to stretch this to fit. Now as you see, I want it overlapping just slightly. Let me stretch this across the screen. Now I have both backgrounds on the base of the foundation, but as you can see, the middle part is still straight. So what I want to do is give this crooked kind of line. I'm going to go up to my eraser, go down, tap erase again, take the hardness all the way over to 100. Reduce the size down slightly. Now tap eraser again. Now what I'm going to do is pinch the screen down slightly. And I want to create this jagged line as I erase. Now as I see the eraser, that's too thick. I'm going to have to make it thinner. So let's go back, go down, tap eraser. Break it down to about maybe 10 or 5. Let's see what 10 looks like. That's still too thick. Let's take it down to 5. Okay. Now I want a jagged line. Okay. That works. Now go up here and tap undo. Now I want to start again, go down and tap eraser. And what I want is to pinch the screen up to make it bigger. And let's start up top here and start creating our jagged line. As you notice, I'm creating a jagged line down the screen. Pinch the screen, slide it up with 2 fingers. And I'm creating this jagged line. I'm going down the screen, but I'm making sure that I don't go too far to the right, because I just want the overlapping part to be erased. Now, where the jagged line is, I want to erase everything that is to the left of that jagged line. Being careful to not go too far, because I want to make sure that I don't go past where I have the city background. Otherwise I may reach the original background, which I don't want to do. Let's say if I take this line and I go too far, you can see where I would wind up going too far. I just want to cover the city background, not the background that's under both of these backgrounds. The foundation that I showed you, the screenshot. So let me go up and tap undo what I just did. And let's keep erasing. Be careful. Let's pinch the screen, 2 fingers. Increase the size of the screen. Just want to erase to the left of the jagged line that I made. Now I could speed this up, but I want you to see everything that I'm doing. Because that's one thing I hate about videos when you do the fast forward. They don't really show the work. I want you to see the work that is involved. And if you wish, you can always fast forward the video at your leisure. Because if you already know this part and see what it is that I'm doing, you can fast forward past this part and get to the part that you want to get to. As you notice, I'm taking 2 fingers. I'm moving the screen down. That way I don't affect the picture itself. Now I have erased that line to the top of the screen. What I want to do now is I finish that part, I tap the check mark. I'm satisfied with that, so I tap the check mark again. Now we have our jagged line down the middle of the screen. Now what I want to do is I want to bring in the PNG images. Tap add photo. Tap recent. Now let's go to gallery. Go down and find the folder that I'm working from. Now I want to grab one of the PNG images. Pinch the screen down some. I want to add this image, and I'm going to add now. In order for me to get the head into this screen, what I'm going to have to do is flip this image. So let's go down to the bottom where it says flip rotate. Tap that. And not the first one, not the second one, but the third one, where you just see the entire image is flipped horizontally. Tap that, and that flips the image horizontally. Now what I want to do is take this image and slide it over as far to the left as possible to make sure it only shows up on the city side. And tap the check mark. Now what I want to do is go back to the folder, tap add photo, tap recent, go down to gallery, go back to that same folder. Now I want to grab the other PNG image, tap that one, add that one in, pinch the screen down, and what I want to do is make this one about the same size as the other one. Slide this one to the far right to make sure that the coat or jacket doesn't come into the city screen area. Make sure I slide this over, but at the same time keeping most of the body in without crossing that jacket line in the middle, and tap the check mark. Now I have both of my images in here. Now let's go back to that folder, tap add photo, tap recent, go to gallery, go down to that folder. As you can see, I have most of everything that's in the folder that I need. All I need to do now is to really create that jacket line, the lightning line that's down the middle. As you can see, let me tap this, tap add. This is the image I'm trying to create, but I'm not trying to add this image in. I'm just using this image as a reference to the image that I'm trying to create. So what I have to do is a slight enhancement to the image itself. So let's tap that X. That'll get rid of the picture. Tap the check mark. Now let's go down to effects. I want to go down the bottom to where you see FX. Tap that. Now the very first one that says HDR, tap that one. And that gives you that slight enhancement that you see. Tap the check mark. Now what we want to do is we want to create that lightning strike that goes down the middle. So we go down to the bottom. Down to the bottom where you see brushes. Tap brushes. Now go over to where you see these spotted lines here. Not these or this one. Let me show you what these does. Alright, let's go tap the first one. The first one does this. The second one does this. It's the third one that we want. It gives you a line, but it has a slight glow to it. Let's tap undo, undo, undo. So it's the third one that we want. Now we want to create the third one. Let's increase it to 20 and see what that does. Now can you see the line that goes down the middle? And what I want to do is I want to make that line yellow. I'll make it just a little bit thicker. Okay, that thickness will work. Let's tap undo and tap undo. Now what we want to do is make that line yellow. So instead of trying to find it here, let's go over to the color palette that is all the way to the left. Tap this. Go into the area that you see where it is yellow. So you can go around the circle. Bring it to where you see it is yellow. And tap the check mark. Now what I want you to do is go down to the bottom of the screen and tap 1, 2, 3 and tap this one. So it moves the tools out of the way. Now what I want you to do is go from the top of the screen down to the bottom of the screen, following the exact jagged line that I made earlier. Just keep going down till you reach the bottom of the screen. Now all you have to do, pinch the screen up, is go in and make some branches come out from that lightning. Tap the eraser. You see that line here? Here, here. You can't erase those. Go back, go back, go back. Now, what I'm going to do is later on, I'm going to fix all of those little bitty shadow marks that you see in there. Let's go back. Let's go back to this one. Okay. Now let's go back to creating our lines, our lightning lines. Let's pinch this up. Let's keep on creating these branches. All the way down to the bottom. Now we have the lightning lines down the middle. Let's go up top and create one here. Now, how we fix this is, we're going to go in and we're going to go back to the first one that we saw. And we're going to change this color to white. I'm going to go back in and fill in these little areas where you see the yellow shadow come in at. And we're going to do this till we get all the way down to the bottom. As I said before, I'm going to do this in real time. I'm not going to skip anything because I want you to see exactly what it is I'm doing. Now take 2 fingers, pinch the screen, slide it down. We're going to go into each one of these branches and color in that white area. As I said before, you can always skip this part. You can go straight to the end of the video, or straight to the end of the part where I finished this. As you can see, we're covering all of these yellow areas when I created the branches. Now let's pitch the screen back down so we can see our lightning strike. Now I have to go back to the top because I noticed I missed an area. Alright, pitch it back down. Let's take a look. Now we have our lightning strike going down the middle of the screen, separating the two screens, creating a split screen with a lightning strike down the middle. Now I'm going to tap the check mark. Now we're going to go back to that folder, tap add photo, tap recent, go to gallery, go back to that folder, tap this picture that I was going by and tap add. Now as you notice, the lightning is not the same as the one that I just created, because this one was created before and the one that I'm doing now was created after. It's basically a recreation of what I created here. Now as you notice, the lightning is slightly different. That's because every time you try to do this lightning, it's never going to be exactly the same unless you have the talent to follow an exact lightning strike line that you make. But I wanted to try to keep this as simple as possible, and I also wanted to show you that there was going to be some sort of variance between yours and the original. But as long as you come close to the original, then you've done a good job. Now if you want perfection, you could always go back and try it again and again, just as many times as you would like. Let me close this out. Tap the check mark. And as you can see, we have just created our image, what we call a split screen lightning strike wallpaper. Now what I could do is go up here, tap the right check mark, go down and tap save again, and tap done. I'm gonna go out again. Now let's go over to the gallery. Let's go down and find my Picsart folder where I just saved that image to. Open up Picsart folder, open this image up. Now I'm going to go up here and tap these three dots, tap set as wallpaper, tap home screen. Now you can see what this will look like as a wallpaper on my phone, along with the apps. As you can see, it's a very, very simple thing to do. It's not that hard, although it may look hard. Just go back through the video and watch the video as many times as you need to. Follow the instructions, and you can create this very same wallpaper yourself. It may take a little bit of time, a little bit of practice, but keep practicing, keep trying. You will get better and better with each video. And as always, have a good time. Enjoy yourself. This is not written in stone saying that you have to create perfection. Basically, you want to have a good time in creating artwork. And that's what this wallpaper is. It's your form of artwork. And I want to say, have a good time and good luck with your project. And thanks for watching. And please like, share, and subscribe. I'm hoping that this video helped you and hopefully everyone else that needs to see this. Here's my QR code, quick response code. Screenshot or take a picture, save it, use it, and or share it to get directly to my YouTube page. And last but certainly not least, thanks for watching.